welcome to our closing campfire. Thank y'all we're gonna go outside in a little bit to do that. Like I said, if you're not comfortable, y'all can bounce. But we're gonna go ahead and get started with our pits and our peaks, just like we did with earlier this week on our first night that we were here. Remember, the pits are the things that were not so great, and then our peak is gonna be like the highlights that we have. You can do a couple of them if you would like, but we can get started. So who wants to go?
Well, someone's doing fireworks over here. I think you should start.
I'll do my peak. Earlier today, I was hanging out on that ice mountain by myself. That was pretty solid. I drove up on the thing. I thought we were going to be up there. I didn't have any service. It was all right, though. So I was hanging out on the top of that mountain, for all the hike today. That was cool. No, don't be. It was fun. It was a good time.
You were supposed to meet
Nobody was supposed to meet me. I just went to the Deer Lane address that said, and it was cool though. I got up there. It was super high in the altitude. I was like phasing out, but extra high, dude. It was great. That was a peak though for sure. Yeah. Literal peak, yeah, for sure.
All right, who's next? Remember, pits and peaks.
You're supposed to be Boca.
Yeah, people.
Oh, excuse me, sorry. Pipoca. Haley.
I think a pit is, I don't know. Well, I've had a raspberry seed stuck behind my permanent retainer for the past 2 days. So it's been a mild annoyance. I haven't been able to floss it out in case anyone's wondering. I've already tried that. A peak, besides being able to get to know everyone better outside of the kitchen, I went rock hunting today, and that was really fun. Thank you, Zachariah and Frank.
We can get our quarters to take out the thing.
That's true. We can help you if you getting that thing out.
No quarters though.
Okay, maybe a paper clip or something. Yeah, that has a nice.
Surgery.
So yeah. People got a ball.
So let's see. A pit was something that came up for me from a long time ago that I had to kind of like just deal with while I was here, like the first day or two. But it felt great to like actually come back to this place and release that and get rid of it. So that was like sort of like a pit turned into a peak almost for me. But peak for sure was probably yesterday, like spending the free day like in an incredible way and seeing like the stars the way we did and climbing up the side of that shit was insane. That was nuts. Like, yeah, I got up there pretty quick. So, but yeah, it was great. Everything was awesome. So, yeah. Let's see. Pipoca. Orlando.
The pit, seeing people still stressed even though we're on vacation. Like, dude, everyone chill the fuck out. I mean, we're supposed to be forgetting it all. I mean, I know it's impossible to forget it, but like, we all need a break. Let's not burn ourselves out. The pit was this. All of this.
The peak, right?
The peak, sorry. The peak.
All of it?
No, the pit. Sorry, that was my shout out to all of you. No, I'm just playing. Yeah. The peak, yeah. Everything. Even the bad things, because you learn from it. Like, I forgot what I told, like, the art of war. Even when I lose, or even when I'm defeated, I never lose, because you learn from it. So we learn from the bad things, even from all this.
Wait, you just...
And then, I know I'm drunk, but you get the point. Molly, you're next.
No!
Pipoca!
We're calling him out.
Exactly.
The pit was definitely feeling sick for a good part of the trip. Shout out to Susanna and to Zachariah that took care of me whenever I was like, hey, do you have a protein bar? And Zachariah was like, I got you. And then she looked at me, she was like, you're not alright. So, yeah, I think another connected to that, a peak was having some me and Gus time. Me and Gustavo were like chilling in the car, looking at the sunset together. But the other peak was been really being able to relax and unwind with all of you guys. I see you guys in go mode, you guys see me in go mode, and it's just nice to have everybody in relax mode to the best of our ability. So that's the peak. Pipoca 2. Go ahead.
Okay, hi. A pit that I have to do homework. So that sucks, but it's okay. And then a peak, I love hiking. So honestly, it's just hiking. I love being outside and I love running. So yesterday, even though I needed to go restroom, I was so happy I had to run. And also going to the mountain, it was great. Yeah. Pipoca.
Hello. Hey, probably that. My body getting used to the elevation and like the air, like it's the worst. But the peak is probably like, I don't know, just everything. Like it's so pretty outside and I love it. Yeah. Pipoca Jackie.
Pit. I don't know. Oh, not having a good night's rest. Not having a good night's rest. I got to sleep perfectly yesterday. I hadn't been sleeping well since I got here, so sleep. Peak for sure. Our little functions and what else? Yeah, and just hang out with you guys. It's been fun. Really fun. Pipoca Pedro.
So my pay is that it's Tuesday and it's my last full night here. And then peak is that I came here as like closed-minded person, but now like I've been talking to everybody and I know why they're doing this and what y'all bring to the community, and it's actually like interesting, so I like it.
Hey, what I told you earlier, you made me proud of what we were talking about it.
We'll see you at the kitchen Saturday.
Party foul. Well, I gotta finish it now.
That's your pit.
In the meanwhile.
That's your pay.
Right, that's my pit right there.
Let's get a towel from the bathroom.
Get a towel from the
There's one on the
bathroom.
floor.
The one on the floor.
Leave it All right, you want Pipoca?
Pipoca George.
My pit was just the altitude and getting used to it. The peak was today getting to the top of that hike, and yeah, it was definitely worth it. And just and also getting to know you guys and hang out with you was really awesome.
Venga, Jorge.
Thank you guys.
My pit was definitely Roxana's car breaking down.
You stole that from me, so you have to say another one.
Because she didn't get to enjoy, the trip like to the full extent of it. But and then the peak was definitely apart from hanging out with everyone and slowing everything down for a minute. Today, whenever you said, look back, look at what we've, how far we've come or whatever. So my thing was, I was telling Zoya, like, no matter where you are in life, I took it as a metaphor. Like, just appreciate what you've been through because of all that, you're where you're at that moment. So just take the time to appreciate, where you've been, regardless if it was good or bad. So that was definitely the piece for me.
So my pit was definitely that suicidal dog we had that kept running towards the car, because I was like, we had just climbed up the mountain. It was like, yes, and then all the way down I was just stressed out, and I'm like, this was supposed to be the easy part. And then my peak has honestly been all of this. Like, there's not one specific moment that I can pick that has made it all great. It's just everything about it has been so amazing to me. Pipoca Roxana.
My
pit was Leo being sad about my car.
course.
It did ruin the trip.
Sorry, Leo. Yeah, but it was great, like being able to like just call y'all and be like, hey, my car broke down, who can fix a car? And then like 4 or 5 people showed up in the morning, so I really appreciate that. Cause I don't think, even in my hometown, I don't think I can, besides my family, I can call like, not that y'all are random, but like a random person and be like, hey, can you help me? So that's great.
Count me for everything else.
Food, I'm there.
Peak was getting to know the people that don't come around as often more. Like Soya. Wow, called out.
You know what to change, y'all.
But like I feel like I don't see like Haley and like Elisa and George and like Christian and Bethany a lot. So it's like great to like see them more, like spend more time with them, because like everyone here is like pretty cool sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes.
yeah. So it's great to spend time and get to know everyone and just have fun and unwind too. Bipoca, Frank.
Alright, yeah, for peaks. Is he going out there?
No. Focus.
Yeah, everything was awesome from day one. Even like on the way over here, it was like a little struggle. Like things would get in our way, like the hail, and then the snowplow. But you know, it was always a positive experience. Everything worked out like time wise, and yeah, if it wasn't for all of y'all, like this wouldn't be what it is. So I'm really thankful for that, for the group. I would say the only pit is not enough time, because completely forgot a quiz, but it is what it is.
Eat the food.
Christian.
Christopher.
You got it. No worries.
I would say a pit for me. I'm so sorry we didn't get to go to the hot springs. I really wanted to do a shoot there. For those who were there, they know what kind of shoot I was looking for. And and I would say in terms of peaks, I think, you know, when we did the labyrinth, you know, get that like, you know, spiritual cleansing, you know, like reconciliation with yourself. You know, that meant a whole lot to me, you know, giving me like a new perspective of like what I'm doing with my life and like what I should do moving forward. And, you know, just building an extended part of my community, you know, like meeting all y'all, sharing the same experiences, you know. I would definitely say that was like the biggest peak for me. B, Boca, so am
Let's see, peak or peaks. Let's start with pit, I guess. Pit, I fell on my ass yesterday. I fell on my tailbone, so that's kind of tender right now. But that's okay. That's okay. And then peaks. 2 things, I guess. One, I've had a lot of great like one-on-one interactions with a lot of people here, and it's cool to kind of get to know some of your nuances and your humor and stuff and your thoughts. So really love that. And then 2, stars. Like, I fucking love those stars. Like, I'm never gonna forget that. B. Poca Christian.
So my pit was having to do postcards. Still gotta do more postcards for Hosanna, D11. And then peak was, you know, just being here and y'all like putting the cake together and everything for me. I was super like, was not expecting that. I didn't even know what to say, that's why I didn't say anything.
That's valid.
This is your chance.
Now that you've had enough time,
you admitted it. No,
Right?
No, it was great to be here with y'all. Last year, my birthday, I think I said this last time, but last year, it was Friday the 13th, that's when the pandemic started. I had plans to go camping and to go to Austin, and that got canceled, and so like it's been a whole year. So it's crazy to think like a year back, like I didn't know any of y'all pretty much, you know, so now like these things are possible. So it's just been great to be here, been great to be back. We even stopped by the Snow Mansion, so that was cool.
Oh yes.
like a blast from the past.
Who said hi?
But yeah, I just appreciate y'all. Appreciate you coming, and if y'all want to do postcards, hit me up. Bethany.
Okay. I got you. All right. My pit was, I guess, not having enough time with Christian, even though like we were together, but it's like it's different when it's like just us two. So that was a pit, and then a peak I think was all the experiences that we had, like especially with Charlie, like that shit was amazing. Yeah. So like yeah, that's it. Is anybody left?
Yeah, there's plenty.
I think it's you.
I think everybody.
It's me.
Yeah, I think it's you.
Okay. So my pits are that like even though this is a place like I come for renewal, I was working, and that's as many of y'all know, like planning things is very stressful. Getting people to be on time is very stressful. There's lots of things that like happened that were so out of our control. And as we saw today, like the universe just made it happen to where things were just gonna happen the way they were gonna do. And it worked out however it needed to. You know, the dog trying to commit suicide, that was another pit. And just like, you know, just that's really it, like feeling like I was working a lot more. Okay? So where people, you know, but my peak is that, oh, and then of course, like, what Oksana and your stuff, like, I hate that happened to you, because that's never, like, anything that we want to foresee for anybody, and it sucks that happened. But my peak, one of them is that, like, everybody felt as though they were getting connected with each other, that everybody that I was able to have one-on-ones with were saying, like, then there were no words to describe what was going on. And that, like, you know, just everyone else felt very renewed. And that makes the stress and things worth it. Not necessarily monetarily, though, because we got to talk about that later. But definitely, like, beyond that, it was worth, like, making sure that this was an opportunity that happened. And I know we only started out, like, even like with the deadline that was given, and originally, like, we only had what, Bethany, like 4. And now look around us. Like, this is how many people, like, stepped up, showed up, came, participated, had a blast on your own, and together, and just like having those moments to where you get a chance to like experience Taos for the magic that I get to experience when I'm here by myself with Gustavo. And I hope that this is somewhere that y'all hold sacred in your heart too, and that will come like and frequent here. And as y'all seen, like people in town, people that are from here, you know, you being respectful the way that we have been, like people just welcome you with open arms. And the experiences that you get from that, like, just keep happening throughout. Like, I mean, look, like Scott's here, and like we just met him this afternoon. So thank you. Another peak, because I was totally like. By the way, Scott, like Bethany, Christian, and Omar got to hear me like fangirling over you and you and Charlie because of how cool it was and how we were just like learning more things, and I was like, oh my god, and did you see that? And I'm like, you know, because y'all know how much I love to learn.
Yeah. And
this is just stuff that I get to continue to pass on and continue to teach to other people and to create more experiences, because think about how old y'all are learning some of the things that y'all learned from when you go on hikes with me, and what we get to take back to our communities, that those people get to learn from all of this too. So that's a huge peak. But thank y'all all for being here and making sure that y'all like had the experiences that you did. rough or like not so rough, or like great, and drink lots more water. Still, I know my lips are chapped and my nose was bleeding earlier, so like drink more water.
Cheers for water.
Cheers for water.
Yeah, you do.
Alright, so we're gonna go outside and do the other thing.
Yes.
Please make sure that if you are, is anybody bouncing?
Oh no, I want to see
Wanna get
this.
Okay. Bethany, we will not film this. So to all the homies that are watching this, because we're uploading this onto YouTube, y'all have a great evening while we take care of this, because this is something that's very private. Take care.
Bye.